It is always a pleasure to share one's culture with others, especially when you're living abroad. Sharing your culture doesn't mean giving away tangible items that remind you of your native country. Your cultural traditions can be shared through storytelling, music, songs, dances, or art. By sharing aspects of your culture, you're creating an exchange that has many benefits, such as you can hold on to the heritage and traditions you left behind, while also introducing your world to your new home. Language can be in most cases a barrier that makes it difficult for both parts to understand each other correctly. But as mentioned before, there are always ways you can communicate yourself effectively. Through the Beijing University Cultural Learning Workshop, 5 students from different countries knocked down the language barrier to share part of their culture by serving as teachers in the Beito Elementary School. The students not only had the opportunity to experience Thai and Belizean culture, design their kites and create 2 piñata dolls, but also learn the stories behind these traditions and dances. In Honduras, the piñata is associated with a party, mostly a children's birthday celebration. In the childhood memories of Hondurans, there is a scene full of excitement, with a blindfold over their eyes and a broomstick-style pole in their hands, to the tune of the cries and chants of aunts, cousins, and little friends who were waiting for the candies to hit the ground. But a long time ago, piñatas had a different meaning. As recounted by Marco Polo in his books Marco Polo Travels, piñatas originated from China, where they were used for New Year's celebration. Marco Polo took this tradition to Italy, where it was adapted to the festivities of Lent. From there, they went to Spain, from where the practice of the piñata spread, leading to Mexico, where it became very popular. However, there is also evidence that the Aztecs held a similar festival to celebrate one of their deities. Once in Mexico, the Augustinian missionaries adapted this tradition as part of evangelization, using a 7-cone star piñata. Each one reflected a deadly sin, turning it into an element with a religious sense. After many years, the piñata transformed into the greatest representative of any children's party, especially birthday celebrations. The Day of the Dead and All Saints is celebrated in various ways in most Latin American countries, but Guatemala seems to have one of the most original celebrations in the region, flying large kites in the sky. According to the legend, it originally started in the Mayan pueblos as a way to free the area of evil spirits. As the story goes, these spirits kept coming to bother the dead family members on November 1st each year. The ancestors would become aggravated by the spirits' torment and would wander the streets and houses looking for peace. Worried about their relatives, people turn up to the priests to ask for a solution to make their loved ones rest in peace. The priests indicated that they had to create a material thing that could fly in the sky to scare the evil spirits away and to allow the people to communicate with their ancestors. Since oral tradition tells that on that day, the souls of the ancestors are liberated for 24 hours, many people still believe they can communicate with them, so they use the kites to send messages to their loved ones. Caribbean music pumped through the speakers as Belizean instructor Melody began counting off the steps with students following her lead. The pace of the music began to speed up, and the steps, in turn, began to quicken and extend. The rhythm of the small Central American country could be felt in the room. In fact, Belize is a melting pot of cultures and ethnicities which bring their unique history and musical traditions. There is a long history of music in Belize, with contributing influences from multiple ethnic groups. You will hear a wide variety of music from reggae, Spanish ballads, hip-hop, western pop, marimba, soca, punta, and steel drumming. But probably the most famous musical Creole style is breakdown, a type of music that originated from the days of enslaved African loggers. In the 18th and 19th centuries, most of the hard labor of logging was carried out by African slaves and their descendants. There, in the logging camps of the Belize River Valley, workers soothed their weary bodies and souls by drinking, dancing, and making their own unique music. Broke down dance involves couples dancing in circles with a lot of high-energy jumping mixed with leg, foot, and arm movements. Dance is part of human expression in every culture. For Thai people, it is a national identity. Through their dance performances, people mix non-verbal movements with cultural value that act as expressive behaviors of people and their interactions with their culture. Thai dance is a graceful and interpretive performance. It has played an indispensable part in Thai life from historical times to the present day. Thai dance is closely intertwined with the beliefs, traditions, and customs of Thailand, and is therefore important to the lives of the people. The dances allow people to tell their stories and to pass them down to future generations. Ramwong, meaning to dance in a circle, is one of the most popular forms of Thai dance. It is a folk dance that developed during World War II when the country experienced tough times. Furthermore, it was encouraged that both males and females perform this dance in a circle as a way of dealing with the melancholic atmosphere that had surrounded the country during that period, and to create a shared identity in the country. It is important to remember not to be afraid to exchange, share, and interact with international culture. By immersing yourself in a new place, you'll inevitably notice the differences between other places and your native country. This new awareness can help you create a balance between assimilation and honoring your history. Through your unique experiences and the sharing of your customs, you will learn that there are other ways of doing things or different ways of understanding. By sharing, you are helping create a more open and culturally aware society.